life got me working harder than a locomotive, baby. I'm the hero around this place. If you save all that good.
Let's hear it for the starting five of the Minnesota.
And we've got a good one on tap tonight between a couple of teams, Greg, who can really shoot the three ball. Some of your thoughts coming into this one.
Well, when you have teams like this, it's about guarding that perimeter. If you don't, they're going to rain on you the entirety of the game. So this might be one of those games that comes down to who has the ball last.
Look at Cleveland's starting group. At the guard positions, it's Garland and Mitchell. Evan Mobley is out there with Mohamed Bamba. And it's Hunter in at the 3 spot. Now Mobley, following the miss by Julius Randle from deep. Edwards finds Conley. Now here's McDaniels. Defense right on him. Pass to Reed. Outside Edwards. And the 3 off target. Cleveland has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. On its way from Hunter for 2. Garland against Conley. Garland no good.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Randle a screen on Mobley. Mobley against Conley. To the paint. That's good from Edwards on the assist from Randle.
Well, keep your head up. Look for an opportunity to facilitate Julius Randle the delivery.
After 2 consecutive first-round exits, Greg, the Timberwolves are looking to take that next step.
And with Anthony Edwards at the helm, I think they will soon. But you have to remember, he is only 22 years old. And when your star is that young, you typically have to endure some growing pains before breaking through.
Now here's Conley, following the miss by Donovan Mitchell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Edwards can't hit.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Offensive rebound. Mobley on the follow.
We know unequivocally Evan Mobley has length. He's got timing. This guy eats up rebounds.
Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Conley against Garland. Conley kicks to McDaniels. Randle outside. A 3 ball. It's good from long range. And this game is tied up now.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Garland, the pass to Mobley. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4. Timberwolves have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Conley kicks to Randle. Conley against Bamba. And stolen by Mobley. Mitchell wide open. Nailed from 3-point land.
Boy, how quick from the touch to the release for Donovan Mitchell. Look out, defense.
Bamba with the block. The drive by Mitchell. That one good for 2. Mitchell's got 5 now.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Now Mitchell, following the miss by Michael Conley from deep. Count it.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Timberwolves trail by 9. Edwards with it. His last outing with 20 points. So much fun indoors to watch. Anthony Edwards on the floor. This kid is electric.
Kevin, this guy is part of the next generation of great players. When you look at the rising stars in this league, he's got to be near the top of that list. Unbelievable offensively, 3-level scorer, and a guy who will get down and dirty on the defensive end.
And Cleveland making a change here. Okoro's checked in, and he comes up with the deuce.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Conley, the pass to McDaniels. It's in there. Conley with the assist.
Well, if you want to pinpoint one thing about Mike Conley, it's his feel for the game. That's a pretty pass.
To the inside. Stolen by Reed. Conley against Hunter. Conley kicks to Reed. Pass to Edwards. Fires for three. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Garland. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Darius Garland is nothing if not assertive when he puts it on the deck. That's a pretty move.
For the Cavaliers, Javonte Green. He's checked in for Mohamed Bamba. Jones comes in for Mobley. And Strus is subbed in for Hunter. Timberwolves trail by 9. Off target from outside. And so Garland will bring it up for Cleveland. Down low. And Green with the basket on the assist by Garland. Garland's got 4 assists now tonight. Minnesota shooting a lowly 30% to start this game out. Stolen by Garland. Outside, Jones. Misses the 3. So for Cleveland, their last game, a win against Miami. Randall up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Well, you cannot sleep on Julius Randle. Catch and shoot jumper. Okay, Julius, we see you.
To the middle. Here's Jones. And Jones with the stuff.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Minnesota with the ball, following the score by Cleveland. DiVincenzo passes to Randall. Lays it up off the glass. Randall's got 7 points.
He is now 3 for 4 to start this game. Clearly, the confidence is already building.
Green with a screen for Strus. His 3-pointers off the mark. Here's Alexander Walker. No good on the triple. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
How about the ball movement so far? I mean, the unselfishness, everyone here just playing for one another, and that can be infectious.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. The wing set for him, Mitchell and Okoro. Javonte Green is out there with Derek Jones. And it's Garland in at the point. Keita Bates-Diop's checked in for Joe Ingles. Max Strus is checked in for the Cavaliers. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Rudy Gobert is a fierce competitor. He says the average fan might not understand what I bring to the table, but the GMs in the league do. I want to be the best defensive player of all time. I want to be a force, and I want to win championships. I've got to set the tone every night. Kevin?
And he does. He is a stopper, no doubt about it. David, thank you.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Cleveland leading by 9. Okoro setting the pick for Mitchell. Inside, Okoro kicks to Mitchell. Pulls up on the elbow, and Cleveland again with the bucket.
Wow, splash it in from the mid-range, Donovan. What a pretty shot.
For Minnesota, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Offline with his 3.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Jones with the screen on Edwards. Mitchell. And again, it's Cleveland.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
Mitchell against Edwards. Launches a 3. Scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
The work that Anthony Edwards is putting in as a shooter is there. That range shot so important. Nice three-point look right there.
So both teams changing it up here.
Substitution.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Mitchell against Conley. Got a hand on it. Now here's McDaniels. He's guarded closely. DiVincenzo gets the bucket. You know, Doris, officiating is always going to be a point of contention, but some teams let it affect them more than others.
And Kevin, that can obviously have a major difference in so many of the games. And for me, a lot of times it comes down to maturity. Teams that dwell on calls are going to have issues, particularly in big games. Let the coach worry about the officials. You play.
The Cavaliers leading by 7. Mitchell passes to Jones. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Jones has got 5.
Well, he may be a top scorer, guys, but Donovan Mitchell is not selfish. What a pretty pass.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. As the season has progressed, these players have heated up from beyond the arc. The best three-point shooters since the All-Star break. 4th, Donovan Mitchell.
And instead of wearing down as the season's progressed, his legs really seem to have gotten stronger, and so has his three-point shooting.
Minnesota making a switch here. Reed's checked in.
Anthony Edwards is one of the most explosive athletes in the league. He can burn you with his perimeter jump shooting. He's dangerous in transition. And look out, folks, the upside is there.
Now, here's Hunter. Against Miami, he was really on his game. Yes, that goes in.
A solid mid-range shooter. Hunter knows where his strengths are.
Timberwolves trail by 10. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Reed with it. He's against Bamba. Reed misses. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for Cleveland. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. The shot. And rebounded by McDaniels. McDaniels got his 4th rebound in this one. And Doris, here we're looking at Jaden McDaniels' stats. He's clearly been stepping up his game.
He has, Kevin. It's always fun to see a young talent develop their skill set, build real confidence. And Jaden's starting to carve out his space in this league. This guy just can't find his rhythm. And you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
And this really is the story of the game. They've been outstanding from beyond the arc, especially in the second quarter.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Randall's checked in, and then for Cleveland. Mobley, he's checked in for Okoro, and it's Garland in for Donovan Mitchell. Conley finds DiVincenzo. Randall a screen on Hunter. Here's DiVincenzo. He dinks the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. He's got 7. Here's Randall. Shoots over Mobley. Randall no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Good on the triple. Hunter's got the lead up to 14 now for Cleveland.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Three-pointer, Randall. And Bamba pulls it down. Bamba's got his 6th rebound on the night. Pass to Mobley. That's good, and it's Garland with the assist. Garland's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
Man, that is a big-time, tough finish. Evan Mobley doesn't back down.
Now here's Conley. Still scoreless. Randall kicks to McDaniels. There's the pass to DiVincenzo. 5 on the clock. There's a screen. Tries from 16. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Mobley's got 5 rebounds tonight.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Stolen by Garland. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Julius Randle picks one up.
Well, give Darius Garland credit for looking to score. He forces the defense into action.
Good on the second free throw. And that's the final possession with the nice defense right there. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Come one, come all. The 2K halftime is here, and so's our breakdown of the upcoming schedule. Let's check it out.
And that game against the Warriors. Hey, listen, Shaq, they've got their work cut out for them, facing a lot of talent. It'll likely be an uphill battle, but you know what? They love to take these guys down. They love it.
Yeah, challenges can bring out your best, but they probably have to go black tornado to get the W.
Let's turn now to our featured game where Darius Garland has made a statement in the first half.
He's been creating a lot of offense. You look at all the assists he has, doing a great job of making plays for others, not just himself. And he can also score the basketball. What else you want this guy to do? He was incredibly aggressive in the first half.
And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far, unstoppable.
Conley is the point. Edwards plays on the wing. Julius Randle is out there with Jaden McDaniel. And it's Reed in its center. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. Now Conley following the three-point attempt by Donovan Mitchell. Edwards looking it over. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Darius Garland.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Now, here's McDaniels. 6 on the shot clock. Garland against Conley. From outside, off the mark.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's the break. And finished off by McDaniel.
And they need those kind of plays right now. Smart defense that generates some more.
And the Cavaliers call time here. Some high-scoring teams in the NBA. Let's see the leaders. The Cavaliers, number 1.
I mean, it's an exciting brand of basketball that they're playing. They've got such deadly weapons. Teams have had a heck of a time trying to slow them down.
Conley against Garland. Outside Edwards. Shoots from the elbow. Almost, but it rolls out. The Cavaliers leading by 15. For 3, Mitchell. That's good, and it's Garland with the assist. Garland's got his 9th assist in the game now. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. Well, the great thing in the NBA is the unknown. On any given night, you don't know who'll come out on top. And even coaches like Steve Kerr know it. He said, it's really hard to win an NBA game, and the difference between losing and winning is like that. Kevin?
Oh, a game of inches, right, David? Just as you're showing us, a game of inches. Thanks. Garland attacking. Here's Mobley. Bamba setting the pick for Garland. Over Conley. The second chance effort. And Bamba with the lay-in. And the Cavaliers lead by 20.
This is a skilled, hungry offensive rebounder, and Mo Bamba's size and motor make him a problem on the windows.
And the Timberwolves call time here. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Evan Mobley.
And now look at the numbers for Edwards. Over the last 10 games or so, he's really shown up. Third in scoring. And how about his top 10 ranking in free throw percentage? A knockdown shooter, ultra reliable from the line.
And the only way you average top 3 in points if you have that scorer's mentality. He knows he's the go-to guy. And everyone else knows it as well. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Boy, how about the ability of Mo Bamba to sprint the floor? Nicely done to get out in transition.
And Darius Garland picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Minnesota. No one near Randle as he lets it go. And he's good on the 3-ball. Randle's got 10 points.
Well, Julius Randle has put in time to grow his ability to make three-point shots. Nice delivery.
For 3, Mitchell. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Randle's got 4 rebounds in this game. Over Jones. And no good. Trying to use the glass. And it's Jones with the ball for Cleveland. 22 is their biggest lead.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now here's Conley, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. Taking a look at Cleveland. They've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there.
And I think for the Cavaliers, what an ideal start for them this season. I mean, it takes some teams a while to kind of come together. Not this group. They were ready right from the start.
And what a good feeling it is to play such high-quality basketball so early in the season. This kind of start sets the foundation for what could be a monster year.
Now here's Conley. And stolen by Hunter. And now the fast break. Mitchell with the ball. It's good on the putback. He's got 8.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
We've got 1:55 left in the third. Pass to Reed. Can they get it? And Jones pulls it down.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. You know, Doris, something to admire about Julius Randle is the joy, the pure joy he takes in this game.
Well, joy obviously comes when we're successful at something. And Julius Randle has become consistently successful at NBA basketball. He's worked hard to make that perimeter game as dangerous as his dribble drive game. And that kind of balance leads to great success. Well, just quick with the decision-making, smart pass by Darius Garland.
The shot by McDaniels, no good.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Now here's Conley, following the miss by Donovan Mitchell. To the middle. Reed gets the bucket.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
For Cleveland, they've gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime. Shooting 8 of 15. Jones. And Jones with the stuff.
This guy's is something Garland does so well. Excellent reading defenses, exploiting them in the pick and rolls. That is nicely done.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And here is McDaniel. 5 points in the game. Shot clock at 5. That's a 2 from Randle. And it's Darius Garland with the rebound. To the paint. And the dunk by Bamba. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 12 rebounds.
Well, you see the fluidity in the screen and roll game. Mo Bamba decisive in his move.
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough.
The previous play is under review.
Technology, we've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double-checking, and the game continues on.
It seems to me Julius Randle improves every season, and the more responsibility he's given, it seems the better he performs.
And he makes all three. Now, here's Garland. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Cavaliers ahead, delivering the blowout. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Okoro out there with Jones. Then there's Garland. Then it's Max Strus, and it's man in at the shooting guard. So it's the Timberwolves now. Darius Garland picking up that last basket. Here's Edwards. And with the rebound.
Boy, what a job defensively. You couldn't play that any better.
Got that one up quick.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. After the Cavaliers pick up three. For three, Edwards. Cavaliers with the rebound.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
And there's the call on Jones. That's foul number 2 for him. Guarded by Garland. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo gets the three-pointer to fall.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
He dishes it to Edwards. Back to DiVincenzo. Fires of the pass to Edwards for the three. And another three for Minnesota.
Well, Anthony Edwards plays with joy, and you love to see him get his teammates involved. Pretty pass.
Here's Mann. A terrific shot on the turnaround. Mann's got his first points in this one.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
How about the body control from Anthony Edwards? Just so good at using that frame to get through the teeth of the defense.
Naz Reid, he's checked in for Joe Ingles. Jerome, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Here's Jerome. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
Slow rotation there defensively, and he gets a wide open look from mid-range.
And I'll tell you, you look up at the scoreboard, that's correct. They have a big lead for a reason.
Now here's Edwards. We love the fact that the NBA is constantly evolving. Greg, what have you thought of the recent schedule adjustments?
I think the league's done a great job cutting down on the back-to-backs. And also, I like these two-game, like baseball-style series we've seen. Limiting travel helps big time.
Here's Jerome. Another three for Cleveland.
Yeah, you have to make greater effort than that defensively. You know what he can do from range.
Well, to me, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game.
Edwards can't hit. Cleveland's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Right wing. Screen by Jones. Pass to Okoro. Here's Jerome. Just 4 to shoot. And another three for Cleveland.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Passes it to Reed. Outside Edwards. Teardrop shot. And good work on the boards, and they pick up the second chance points. Edwards got 8 points in the quarter.
Well, you see the kind of power that Anthony Edwards can play with. This guy, the board, the finish, yes, sir.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
They've been running away from the defense all game. I mean, loads of points here off the fast break, and the opposition just hasn't been able to adjust to that aggressive play style.
I think it's also important we have to acknowledge how many scoring opportunities they've created from their spectacular defense, getting a bunch of points off turnovers.
Now here's Conley. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. And here's Edwards from the arc. And with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Well, we know that scoring in the league, Doris, has been on the uptick this era. Do you see that trend continuing?
It's hard to imagine, Kevin, that it won't unless the league makes an adjustment to bring a little bit more defense back into play. That is something you've heard Steve Kerr talk about. Have we tilted the scales too much to favor the offense? We'll see what happens.
Drains it from 17 feet out.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for the Cavaliers.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooter.
Exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
And when you look at the season for these guys, they have amassed a lot of wins, 57, and adding in tonight, it'll make it 58.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Darius Garland.
Well, unselfish basketball. His ability to create for others has been the story of this game.
Here is Edwards. The Cavaliers making the shot. Kicks to McDaniels. Outside Conley. Jones against Randall. Misses the layup. And it's Jones with the ball for the Cavaliers. Back to Strus. Jones sets the pick for Strus. And a miss there on the triple. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. As New Balance presents our player of the game, Darius Garland.